let me formally welcome the NBA 2024 conference. Let me formally welcome you to Lagos. Let me welcome you to the commercial, economic nerve center of our country. Let me welcome you to the state of aquatic splendor. Let me welcome you to the city that never sleeps. Let me welcome you to the city that if it should get cold, the whole nation could have fever. But let me welcome you to the city that truly, really beckons what Nigeria stands for, Lagos. But I cannot lose the opportunity or miss the opportunity that NBA, I brought one of the foremost economists of modern world, not just Nigeria, to come and give you a keynote speak today. And for me, listening to Aunty Ngozi this evening challenged me as a public officer, as a politician, as a leader, and I have taken copious notes. She did actually mention to us all of our challenges as a nation. And as lawyers, you have seen when you bring an economist forward that numbers will throw out. Numbers are things that some of you might not be conversant with, but it is real that you take note of those numbers. She had indeed used Peru, a country less than 40 million, as an example of where Nigeria was, where they were, and where they are today. And if you don't know, Peru is in South America. It's the far end in South America. And South America has been one of the continents that all of the Bretton Woods are used, to change the world and to tell their stories. But more importantly, Aunty Ngozi have told us, as politicians, that we need to sit back and sign the social contract. She has enumerated for us, and I've taken notes, that indeed security of life and property is one of the cardinal things that the social contract is all about. That economic and institutional framework, ensuring that it is not the political party that designs an institution. It's the people, we the people of Nigeria, that designs that economic trajectory, and we must keep it. That is important for us to keep the women, the vulnerable in our society, and continue to provide social interventions for them. It's very important that the judiciary, the legal profession, that which all of you sitting in this room are part of that conversation that ensure that our electoral process is up and running. Of course, he also mentioned to us that we cannot leave technology out of all of it. But she's not worried about technology because she knows that Nigeria has some of the brightest minds, some of the most creative minds, and that when it becomes technology, we'll catch up and we'll raise up with the world. But indeed, for that social contract to work, for us to implement that social contract, holistically and systematically, what did she say? Everybody must be part of it. And the last question she asked us, are we ready? I stand here as a public officer this evening, Mr. Vice President, that I am ready. Lagos is ready. We are ready as a state to take on the contract. And I'm privileged that I stand here as the 15th governor. I know who our president is. He was our 12th governor of Lagos State. He started a journey about 25 years ago in which he led the trajectory of Lagos. And that is what we're building on up until today. And we have demonstrated that even in the legal profession that all of you are part of. We've had legal institutional framework that is next to none in this country. We've had more women in our judiciary consistently than any other part of the country. And we've kept faith with that. We've seen also, and another opportunity for Lagos, that our brand new acting Chief Judge of the country, Chief Justice of the country, Not only was she a member of the bar, she started as a young lawyer and went into the bench from the magistracy to the High Court, to the Court of Appeal, and to the Supreme Court. Being the second woman is also another proud donation to the country. But more importantly, having listened to her this evening, is to say that we're together. We that are in public service and the people. It's just that we're two different sides of a coin. Both of us have a role to play. Both of us have a job to do. You, the lawyers, that today you said you have the largest number of legal luminaries in the world. By extension, Lagos State government also has the largest law firm in the country, because with over almost 500 lawyers in Lagos State Judiciary, we're also one of the largest. But it's not about that. It's about how well are we ready to take on the challenge that Aunty Ngozi has left us with this evening. Mazi, you have a job to do. It's no longer the outgoing NBA president, but it's now your own job. How do we take this forward so that it's not just a talk shop? How do we ensure that all the numbers and all the suggestions that she had laid for this evening is not just another talk shop? How do we ensure that all of us in this room have a role to play? Back in the green room before she came, she said to me, Mr. Governor, it's nice to see you again. By the way, I still pay my tax. She's 70-year-old, and she lives in 2 countries, and she still pays her tax. I did not need to ask her. She volunteered and said to me that she still pays her tax. The question I ask you this evening is not me eating the tax, but it's you paying the tax and paying the adequate tax that you're meant to be. And as legal practitioners, how well are you also positioning and telling your clients to do the same? And like you have said, let us transparently also put accountability out there. The Attorney General has just won a celebrated case in which local government autonomy and giving them what they required has been decided by the Supreme Court. Lagos State, for once, is one of the states that for 5 years I have not touched 1 kobo of local government money. And so for us, it's not just that we're reacting to what the Supreme Court has done. It's because we are ready. We want to stand, be accounted, and be seen as being ready. But we don't want to be the one that is ready. We want every state in the country to be ready. We want every tribe in the nation to be ready. We want every profession in the nation to be ready. We want every man, woman, young or old to be ready. Because it's only when all of us are ready that Nigeria is ready. It's only when all of us are ready that what Aunty Ngozi had said to us this evening becomes a social contract that indeed we can truly, really take home. I want to thank you, NBA, for bringing it back to Lagos. Lagos is home to you. I want to thank you for listening, and I'm hoping that whilst you enjoy your conference, you also enjoy the hospitality of Lagos. While you are going back, take away a bit of our traffic in Lagos, because we also need to take it around. Thank you very much for listening.